We are back at the Big Top Flea Market on Saturday. It's about 2 o'clock. It's been really, really busy. I think all of last Sunday when we made the big sales, we only had 18 transactions, and so far at 2, we've already had 16. Normally Saturdays are pretty slow, but it has been really kicking so far. Let's go over a few sales that I've done so far today. Sold a Game Boy Color system loose for $13. I sold a comic for $2, and then two 99-cent comics for $2. I sold a Game Boy Advance system. It was not an SP, just the normal one. That was $15. We sold Dragon Warrior loose for the NES for $4. Skater Die 2 for the NES for $4. Three Atari 2600 games. That was $6, $2 a piece. I sold the Tinker came in and bought tons of stuff from me. I had some stuff that I went out and dug around. I promised him that I would bring in today, and I did. The biggest one was I sold him my secondary or my backup Apple IIe computer system. It came with the system, the monitor, threw in a joystick, disk drive. That was $65. Then he bought a TI 99 4A bundle for me. One of the systems works, but the keyboard's busted up, and one system didn't work, and it had a good keyboard. So I sold both of those for $10. Also threw a power supply in. He bought my Sega Master System. It was kind of beat up, but it did work. One controller, the hookups. That was $25, and he bought Black Belt complete in box for me for the Master System for $9. He then bought a printer interface cable for the Commodore 64. That was $3. Then with some other sales that we've had, I sold Major League Baseball 12 for the PS3 for $5. I can't believe that sold. Then I sold a copy of Wii Ski for the Wii. That was $4. They also picked up a Sean, like a skate or a snowboarding game. That was $4. Then I sold a $4, a $5, and a $7 DS games loose. Today I brought some new stuff in. Some of the new stuff that I brought in were some Super Famicom games, which could all be translated. Some really good ones from Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6, Dragon Quest 5 and 6, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana. They're all between like $10 and $13 a piece. I bring those in so I can show people that they actually work in a Retron 5 and they can be translated into English. A few more sales that I had. I sold the game Shockwave for the NES. That was $7. I sold the Saturn 3-pack. That was something new that I brought in. I normally had about 16 on them. I let a guy have them for $12. I then sold a Dog Bone aftermarket controller for the NES. That was $7. I sold Qbert for the NES 8. Super Mario Advance in a aftermarket case. That was $8. I sold another Dog Bone controller from the same group. That was $7, and then I gave the guy 10% off. It was like $2.30 off because he bought so much. I then sold Siphon Filter loose for the PS1. That was $3. Aladdin for the Sega Genesis complete in box. That was $10. A PS1 RFU adapter. That was $4. And then I sold 4 comics for $4. We're sitting at about $250 so far, so it's really good for a Saturday. And again, it's only 2 o'clock. So guys, if I sell anything else, I'll let you know. All right, guys, we're back here on Sunday morning. I thought I'd do, it's about 8:30. I thought I would do a kind of wrap-up video for yesterday since I didn't do one. Before we left, we had a couple more sales. We sold 5 comics for $5, and then I sold a single DVD for $2. That puts us at $277. That is our best Saturday yet. Things just keep going up and up. So guys, once things start happening here on Sunday, it's still a little early. People really don't start showing up till, they're really not allowed to come in till 9, and really things don't really start happening until around 10 to 11. So once we start having sales, guys, I'll let you know. All right, guys, it's about 2 o'clock now. It has just been crazy. I think last week we did like 18 transactions, which doesn't sound like a lot, but there were some pretty big purchases. That's why it was so much. Today at 2:30, which it is right now, we've done over 26 transactions. We haven't made the amount we made last week, but it's still been pretty good. Let's go over some of the sales that I've had so far. I did bring some Super Famicom JRPGs in that could be translated with the Retron 5. The same guy and his buddy who came in last week and bought some came back and pretty much cleaned me out of the ones that I brought in. They picked up Front Mission for the Super Famicom. That was $6. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, that was 7. Gundam F91 was 7. Tactics Ogre, the other guy bought it last week and his buddy bought it this week, that was 10. Dragon Quest 5 for 7 and Dragon Quest 6 for 7. Then we sold Injustice for the 360, that was 13. The gentleman who bought some of the Super Famicom games came back and bought my box Commodore 64, that was 44, or actually 45. Then we sold 2 comics for 5, that was 2 comics, 5 apiece, that was 10. Sorry about that, guys. We actually just sold a Retro on 5, so I had to kind of start filming for that because the guy wanted me to patch a system for him, which I did. Got it up to the latest software so it would actually play the English translated games. So let's get back to what I previously was talking about, some of the things we sold. I sold a multi-tap for the original PlayStation, that was 5. I sold Rebel Assault 2 for the original PlayStation, that was 7. Killzone 2 for the PS3, that was 5. Pac-Man 2 for the Super Nintendo, that was 4. Family Feud for the Super Nintendo was 3. We sold 6 DVDs for $10. We sold Super Godzilla for the Super Nintendo, that was 7. Batman Returns, the label was really bad on it, that was 3 for the Genesis. Mortal Kombat Armageddon for the PS2, the outer artwork was really bad shape, so that was 3. We sold 2 $2 comics for 4, 6 $1 comics for 6. I sold just a Game Boy Advance game, that was 3. Sold a Game Boy Advance system. It's kind of funny, the gentleman in our local GameStop said he'd come out, and him and his girlfriend and kids came out and got the Game Boy system. It was kind of beat up, so I let them have it for 8. The Tinkerer came back out again and brought me some stuff that he had fixed, and he picked up a few more things. I let him have 2 1541 version 2 of the Commodore 64 drives. Hey, pretty good. I let him have both of those for 15. Again, sorry guys, I got in the way. I'm sitting next to our DVDs and somebody wanted to come over and look at those, so I had to stop for a second. Alright, back. The Tinkerer also picked up a original Commodore 1541 drive. I found some more of those. I let him have that for 5. He picked up my Bigfoot 5 1/4 hard drive. I think it's like a 4.3 gigabyte, but he's got an older system that only goes up to like 7 gigs he wanted to put in. I let him have that for 5. His wife picked up Fix for the PS1, well, kind of a 3D platformer. That was 12 for the PS1. We sold a Super Nintendo power cable for 7. They also got a controller for 7, and they got the AV for 6. They also picked up Super Black Bass for the Super Nintendo, that was 3. I sold Final Fantasy VIII for the 360 for 8. We sold 4 $1 comics for 4. I sold a $4 comic. We sold 2 $3 comics for 6, 3 $2 comics for 6. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and it was loose, but I had it in like a case with some artwork on it. For the original PlayStation, that was 3. We sold Time Splitters 2 for the GameCube. I think it was missing the manual, that was 14. A gentleman picked up Grand Theft Auto 1. It was complete for the PS1 for 5. Grand Theft Auto 2 complete for the PS1 for 8. We sold a $5 comic, a $1 comic, a Genesis 6-button controller for 8. We sold Skyrim for the 360 complete for 9, 3 DVDs for 5. I gotta turn the page here. We sold Jungle Book loose for the Genesis for 3, Aladdin loose for the Genesis for 6, 3 DVDs for 5. Then this is the Retron 5 purchase. It was $135. He also bought my SD card, which was 6. He also picked up Burning Heroes for the Super Famicom English translatable for 7. Same thing with Dual Org 2. That was loose for 7. That's English translatable JRPG. And he also picked up Romancing Saga 3, another one that's English translatable for 7. Then we sold 3 DVDs. Guys, we're over $500 now. It's just as good as it was last week. We only sold 1 Retron 5, but just tons of stuff sold. Well guys, it's like 3:30 now. If we sell anything else, I'll let you know. Alright guys, I almost forgot. It is the first of the month, so it's time to do another drawing. Here is... That's the box with all the papers that everybody's filled out. So let me go ahead and stick my hand in here, and I'm going to draw another one out. Got one. This is for Clint Smith. I'm going to need to, I got an email address, so I will email Clint to let him know that he has $10 they can spend in our store now. Again, guys, if we sell anything else, I seriously doubt it. We're getting coming up on 4 o'clock. I will let you know. All right, guys, we are back home. We didn't have any other sales on Sunday. So on Sunday, we did $540, which is the most we've ever done in a single day. That brings us to a grand total for the weekend of $817, which again is the most we've ever done. So things keep getting better and better. That is our gross, what we do. So the net is a little lower than that, because that also includes taxes as well. So something else I want to mention, guys, there was another person that came out and said they also follow me on YouTube. So that was kind of cool to find another fan that actually watches my YouTube channel as well. Well, guys, thanks again for watching.